Hi everyone, Miss Marianne here, and I want to welcome you to Middlesex County Public Library's Summer Reading Program. We're so excited to get started this week. The theme is Imagine Your Story. And today I have some fairy tales for you. I'm sure a lot of you have heard many fairy tales. This story today is for the pre-K through the rising first graders. And the story that I'm going to read is Little Red Riding Hood. This book is told by James Marshall. There's many different versions of Little Red Riding Hood, which we have at our library. We have one by Jerry Pinkney, Little Red Riding Hood. And here's another one by Paul Galdone, Little Red Riding Hood. So I hope you'll come into the library. We are open now, and take out some of these books. Let's listen to Little Red Riding Hood, retold and illustrated by James Marshall. A long time ago, in a simple cottage beside the deep, dark woods, there lived a pretty child called Red Riding Hood. She was kind and considerate, and everybody loved her. One afternoon, Red Riding Hood's mother called her. "Granny isn't feeling up to snuff today," she said, "so I've baked her favorite custard as a little surprise. Be a good girl and take it to her, will you?" Red Riding Hood was delighted. She loved going to Granny's, even though it meant crossing the deep, dark woods. When the custard had cooled, Red Riding Hood's mother wrapped it up and put it in a basket. "Now whatever you do," she said, "go straight to Granny's. Do not tarry. Do not speak to any strangers." "Yes, Mama," said Little Red Riding Hood. Before long, she was in the deepest part of the woods. "Ooh," she said, "this is scary." Suddenly, a large wolf appeared. "Good afternoon, my dear," he said. "Care to stop for a little chat?" "Oh, gracious me," said Red Riding Hood. "Mama said not to speak to any strangers." But the wolf had such charming manners. "And where are you going, sweet thing?" he said. "I'm on my way to visit Granny, who lives in the pretty yellow house on the other side of the woods," said Red Riding Hood. "She's feeling poorly, and I'm taking her a surprise." "You don't say," said the wolf. Just then, he had a delightful idea. "No reason why I can't eat them both," he thought. "Allow me to escort you," he said. "You never know what might be lurking about." "Oh, you're too kind," said Red Riding Hood. Beyond the forest, they came to a patch of sunflowers. "Why not pick a few?" suggested the wolf. "Grannies love flowers, you know." But while Little Red Riding Hood was picking a pretty bouquet, the clever wolf hurried on ahead to Granny's house. "Who is it?" called out Granny. "It is I, your delicious, darling granddaughter," said the wolf in a high voice. "The door's unlocked," said Granny. "Surprise!" called the wolf. Granny was furious at having her reading interrupted. "Get out of here, you horrid thing," she said. Do you think he'll get out? But the wolf gobbled her right up. He didn't even bother to chew. "Tasty," he said, patting his belly. "So tasty." Just then he heard footsteps on the garden path. "Here comes dessert." And losing no time, he put on Granny's cap, glasses, and he jumped into bed and pulled up the covers. "Who is it?" he called out in his sweetest Granny voice. "It is I, your little granddaughter," said Red Riding Hood. "The door is unlocked," said the wolf. Red Riding Hood was so distressed at seeing her grandmother so changed. "Why, Granny," she said, "what big eyes you have." "The better to see you with," said the wolf. "And Granny, what long arms you have." "The better to hug you with, my dear," said the wolf. "And Granny, what big teeth you have." What do you think the wolf's going to do? "The better to eat you with, my dear," cried the wolf. And he gobbled her right up. "I'm so wicked," he said, "so wicked." But he really was enormously pleased with himself. And having enjoyed such a heavy meal, he was soon snoring away. A hunter passing by was alarmed by the frightful racket. "That doesn't sound like Granny," he said. And so the brave hunter jumped in the window and killed the sleeping wolf, and he cut him open. Out jumped Granny and Red Riding Hood. "We're ever so grateful," said Red Riding Hood. "That wicked wolf won't bother you again," said the hunter. "It was so dark in there, I couldn't read a word," said Granny. Red Riding Hood promised never, ever to speak to another stranger, charming manners or not. And she never did. Is that an alligator trying to talk to her? That was the story of Little Red Riding Hood. And I have a craft for you to make. We're going to make Little Red Riding Hood puppets. If you call the library or come into the library, we have an activity kit for you. Everything you need is right inside the kit. There's a picture so you can remember what Little Red Riding Hood looked like. We have a paper bag for you, just like that. And we have a pink circle, Little Red Riding Hood's face. And what you'll need is a brown marker to make her hair and some eyes, and then a red marker to give her a nice smile. Then you can take your glue stick, put some glue on the back side, and you're going to paste it right onto her hood there. but you'll have a pretty face on there. When that's finished, you'll glue that to the bag. Make sure the bag still opens like that. So you just want to get it on that very top part. Then we have a piece that looks like this. That's going to be her cape, which you can paste right underneath. And we have two little hands like this to glue on. And of course, Little Red Riding Hood was carrying a basket. And if you want, you can use your brown marker to make little like fish scales, or you could put some horizontal lines and some vertical lines to make it look like a basket, and then glue that onto your puppet. Also in your kits, we have a couple activity sheets for you. There's a maze, and we want you to help Little Red Riding Hood make her way all the way to Granny's house. The other sheet is a sheet that's called What Comes Next. There's a picture of Red Riding Hood, a wolf, Red Riding Hood, a wolf. And what do you think comes next? There's some pictures on the bottom for you to cut out, and you can paste the right one in the boxes. So I hope you'll have fun with this. Call the library. We can put them in the lobby for you, or you can come in and pick them up. So we have a lot of fun activities, and we hope you enjoy it. Next week, we will have a story hour on Tuesday at 10:30 at the Deltaville Library. Also in Urbana, it will be at 10:30 on Wednesday. We hope you can come and join us there, weather permitting, under the tree. Bring blankets or a chair to sit in. We enjoyed it this week. We had great weather. So I hope we can all get together again next week. If not, watch us on either YouTube, Middlesex Library has a channel there, or on Facebook. So hope you have a good week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.